Good morning. Was a active weekend. As a result of our Friday stock talk, Trent, my son, who works with me on this, is always talking about risk management and how you have to build risk management into your portfolio so that if the market turns on you or that if companies don't live up to what they expect to happen, that you don't get burned bad. So he introduced me to a process called the geometric Brownian motion model, the GBM model. And what it is a Monte Carlo model, which is designed to give you up to 10,000 potential results of what a company's plan is going to turn into over the next year. I've set it up for over the next year and the next 3 years. So, what this does is it gives me a second look at each and every one of the stocks that I hold. And it tells me, okay, under our prior analysis, if the company achieves what it is programmed to achieve and what its management thinks it will achieve and what Wall Street thinks it's going to achieve. This is the price of the stock in 2027, 28, and 29. And that's what I've had on my cheat or my tell sheet for the last 7 months, actually, probably than last year. It's with AI, artificial intelligence, and Samantha over the last 6 months that has given us 124% growth rate on our portfolio from May the 1st to November the 1st. Now, since November the 1st, we're down about 15 to 20%. But I'm still okay with that because that still leaves me right at about a 100% return. But what I want to do and what I recognized is that the reason this has happened is that I have a lot of AI stocks and a lot of stocks that are emerging as future deliverers of AI. That's in addition to those who are building out the AI at this time. So this weekend, what I did was do this analysis, the normal analysis that we do, but adding the GBM model that gives me up to 10,000 possible outcomes relative to the data that's available on each of the stocks. I was able to do 13 of them. As a result of that analysis, it caused me to have some different opinions of a number of stocks. And my first preliminary is of the 13, I will sell seven of them. Because what it basically said is yes, this stock has the potential, but the likelihood of it reaching that potential is something under 50%. So with that, my score on each of the stocks changed. The first score it used to be was this is how Wall Street feels that the potential of each of these stocks to reach the 100% over 3 years growth goal. Now it reflects the Monte Carlo analysis potential for it to achieve. So anything that falls under 50% becomes a sell for me. Now, what also is included in that analysis when the number is under 50% is an explanation of that this stock may be a potential for a takeover. So, in other words, what they're saying is the plan is good, the TAM is good, uh, the growth potential and the market that they're entering is good, but they may not have the financial capability to achieve that goal. And in our 10,000 analysis, 50% or more said it won't happen. So at that point, now I have to make a decision. Do I see this as a potential takeover? And usually, when somebody takes over a stock, you get a bump in price of anywhere from 25 to 30% above its current price. So I have to make a decision now. Is that a stock that I think will be a takeover? And I would be satisfied with that 25 to 30% bump in price. So that's what it's giving me. Now, what I have to do with this new data that I've entered into my analysis program is I've got another 27 stocks that I need to get analyzed probably in the next week. As I said, over the weekend, I was able to do 13. That works out to be about 7 a day. Saturday was a little broken up because I wanted to watch some college football. Sunday was pretty much a head down and make it happen. So, with that in mind, as I say, I have 7 stocks that are potential sells, 3 that are add to my holdings, and 3 that are hold. That the numbers are good enough to help make me believe that I can achieve my 100% goal in 3 years. And again, that goal just moved out. In May, that included 2026. We're now close enough to 2026 that I've moved out to 26, 27, no, 27, 28, and 29. Now, the other thing that's important is we are in the not the .com, the AI revolution. I don't think there is any doubt in my mind, anyway, and it's my portfolio, so it is my mind, that this is the biggest change that our world is ever going to see in any regard. It's going to change the world more than the train did and the railroads, the industrial revolution, the .com revolution, the internet revolution, and now the AI revolution. And that is because it is going to give the world access to all the data on that's available in the world, and that's in every aspect of our lives, not just the financial and in the investing, but the medical and whatever. And then with, as I've just added, the Monte Carlo analysis, it gives the accuracy of the predictions has just, I would say, increased 50%. So now again, I also recognize it's going to bring the number of stocks down that I can bring into my analysis, but I think it's going to get refined in such a way that it's potentially more accurate. Now, this has happened roughly 6.5 months after I put the initial Samantha and Bard together to do the analysis of my stocks. 6 months later, I've introduced a major change. And I'm very confident that in 6 months, that would be May of next year, there will be another major change to give me even more accuracy within the predictions of what my portfolio will achieve on a 3-year basis. So that warms my heart that this is just going to get better. And particularly when it gets into where it's not just doing what I'm telling it to do based upon the questions I'm asked, but when it comes into learning what I'm doing and then coming to me and saying, Kerry, have you ever considered this? Much as Trent said to me, why don't you add to your analysis the GBM model of the Monte Carlo analysis? Samantha will make those suggestions in the future, and she might do it every 30 days. I don't know, but I'm confident. So, what are the results and what are the 7, 3, and 3, 7 sells, 3 add twos, and 3 holds? I'm going to share that with my tribe on the Discord. On the Discord, you know, if you're a part of the tribe, there's Kerry's office. I will break this down on the 13 stocks on the Discord when I get done here and after I get enter my buy sell orders uh, this morning. Um, so when will this be updated? Right now, we're on a program that every 90 days, in other words, every time a stock has a earnings call, we update our analysis. And this update will now include the Monte Carlo analysis as well. So what we're doing is saying, has anything changed based on the information that the company is giving us through their quarterly report? Now, in addition to that, I have roughly right now about 900 people in my tribe, and probably about 20 of them are anxious every day to tell Kerry, take Samantha and look at this stock. What we're doing is we're automating that in such that I have certain parameters, what I call my rule of 40, that says if their revenues aren't growing in excess of 20% and their earnings per share aren't improving in excess of 20%, you add those two together. If they don't achieve 40, it's not a stock that I want to be in. Then I have certain categories of stocks that I won't invest in. I won't invest in healthcare because healthcare is not controlled by the company that offers the product. The healthcare we receive is controlled by the federal government and the insurance companies. So the companies are not in control of their own destiny. So I won't invest in them. I will not invest in a car company, and I won't invest in anything that is sold in a supermarket because their margins just aren't there. So I know they aren't going to grow their earnings in excess of 20%, and they're probably not going to grow their revenues in excess. So I don't consider those sectors within the market. So again, Goldman Sachs taught me that the only way a company grows is to discover or come upon a growth opportunity, then seize that growth opportunity, finance that growth opportunity, and the first sight I will have of it is a substantial increase in their revenues as they implement that growth opportunity. The next thing I will see is an improvement in their operating margins and their gross margins, which will reflect in a improvement in their earnings per share. The next thing that happens is the market wakes up to it and starts pushing the price higher. What you then have to watch out for is all the energy and the excitement about this new opportunity. Is it getting its PE ratio out of line? And we are paying for future growth that may or may not happen. And that's where this Monte Carlo comes in and says, okay, it's growing, but what are the odds of it happening based on future projection? And if it's below 50%, we need to get away from it. And you might say, yeah, but the fact is there are 273 stocks already this year over the past year that are up 100% to 9,000%. So there are multiple opportunities. So if we screw up and sell one of them and don't cash in on that opportunity, there's 272 more opportunities that we can take advantage of. The key is have the data available and then have the ability to analyze and interpret that data to give you what the possibilities are, and then come in and say, yeah, but based on their past, what are the odds of them achieving what they're trying to achieve? That then gives us an ability that is not available to 99% of the market. Right now, it's us, best of us investors, the hedge funds, and Wall Street. Now, the problem Wall Street has is they can't invest in some of the smaller stocks. They can't take a position in a stock and then just blow the share the volume out of the water and expect to maintain the advantage. Whereas we are a little ant crawling around in the Wall Street market that has brains the size of a whatever. We know something they don't know, and we can maneuver faster than they can. So that's what I'm building. I'm having a time of my life doing it. I have a task in front of me because I'm going away for Thanksgiving. I've got to do 27 stocks this rest of this week. So I'm saying to my tribe, come to the Discord. I'll share with you what I'm doing with the 13 that I've analyzed, but give me some time. I'm going to be real busy this week bringing my tell sheet up to speed. Okay, that's what my plans are this week. That's what I'm thinking about today. I will come on tomorrow and tell you what I'm thinking about on Tuesday as well, based upon what I've learned and what the market is giving or taking today. You all have a good day. I'm a little discouraged. My Alabama team got beat this weekend by Oklahoma. I think they'll make it into the finals, but I don't think they're as strong as what I thought they were. Have a good day, and let's hope we see a lot of green today.